Hi, good afternoon. This is Jim Rosenstein, founder and director of the Hope and Happiness Institute. And I'm here speaking to HR managers, directors, or to anyone who has to deal with individuals or people that are going through any area of loss or grief that makes things difficult for them in their lives. They feel a great hole, something is missing, and they feel sorrow and pain in their heart. So this is an article which is coming from the West Australian, which I'd like to share quickly. And it's entitled, Happy Funerals Hinder Grief That Celebrate Life. And there is the chief executive, Peter Deeg, who was the executive of the Cemeteries Board of Western Australia. So he says that the way that funerals were held and a lack of organized religion that left the average Australian, quote-unquote, rudderless when faced with the death of a loved one. So I found that very interesting because, a person needs to emote. A person needs to be real with their grief. And a person can't just push it off and celebrate life and say how wonderful their life was and not go through the grieving process of feeling the pain and the sorrow and the emotion, and to be able to share that, and to go through the 5 stages of grief, which are enumerated by, of course, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, who I studied by one of her chief disciples, David Kessler of Grief.com. And of course, they are denial, and to go through the anger stage, and bargaining, and depression, until finally a person going through various different ins and outs of all of these different stages and types of grief, then they can hopefully come to the level of acceptance. The level of acceptance does not mean that their life now is exactly the way it was, never. It's they're accepting their life the way it is now, and they're finding a way to be able to move on and to be able to build and rebuild their life without the person, the loved one, without the situation, along with the loss that they are feeling and living with. So again, this is Jim Rosenstein from the Hope and Happiness Institute, wishing you a wonderful day, a day of prosperity, and I wish you bye for now.